Welcome back, gentlemen. Today is a continuation, part 3. We've got our new sprocket and our new chain. This is a 110 420 pitch. I had to change the sprocket because the old one was a 428 pitch. So the old chain is a 106 link. This one is a 110 link, so I'm hoping that the extra link provides me the space that I need. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy on there. And then we're going to get this chain off. And I'll show you the process for that. Alright boys, we got that sprocket on, just 4 bolts. So to take this chain off, you're going to want to find your master link here. If yours has a master link. Some of them, you just have to rivet on a new link, and for those you're just going to have to cut them off. But the ones that I'm using, focus on, have the master link. So you see this little pin here? You're going to take a flathead screwdriver and wedge this side of the pin out. And then you'll wedge this side of the pin out, and then you'll be able to take that off and pull this master link off. Alright, so you see I pried one side up onto the pin here. And then you're going to want to pry the other side up onto the pin as well. Hopefully without the other one going down. I just set the other one. There we go, I got them both off. Slide that pin right on off. Plate comes off. Master link comes out. And yeah, your chain's off. And you can just pull that guy on out of there. Hopefully. Who put my bike in gear? There we go. Now she's out. Look at that dirty guy. Keep your chain cleaner than this. I'm very bad at it. And now on to the new chain. Okay, so the new chain came with a couple extra master links for whatever reason. Don't really need them. And then it came with a master link already installed, so I gotta pop that one out. So I'm gonna just do that off camera real quick. Alright, I got the master link off. Do not misplace these 4 O-rings here. They are very necessary. Next, I'm just going to thread one end of this chain through here, hopefully. I need 2 hands for this, sorry guys. Alright, now I got it through there. I got it through here. And you're gonna take your master link here, slide it through there, slide this through there. You got an O-ring on the one side, and then your second set of O-rings go in on this side. Then you've got your plate. And then your pin. Alright, so I got the wheel up there, but I realized I made a mistake because the chain has to go through this chain guide here. But in order to do that, it's got to go around that. So I need to take the master link back off and then feed this around and then redo that. So yay, I'm going to do that real quick though. Cool, so now that I have it on there, I can see this isn't quite tensioned properly, but as you can see, I've got a lot of extra chain on here. So my solution is going to be to buy a slightly shorter chain. And the old one's 106, this one's 110. So from here, it looks like I need to split the difference in some fashion. At this point in the process, I'm starting to wonder whether or not these wheels are actually going to fit, and what I'm going to do if they don't. Probably just put street tires on the old wheels and slide those back on, and then try and get rid of these somehow. Alright boys, we are back again. We got ourselves the new chain here. Hopefully we're gonna be able to get this fitted on and get everything tightened down today. So first things first, we got this master link here. I've already done some work. I actually sliced open my finger with this guy. I was jamming it in there, trying to pry it off, and just swoop and cut my finger. It hurt, but as you can see, I actually got it off there. Yeah, so there's a pin, or is this a pin? I don't know. There's this. Just gotta get underneath it, pry it off. Then you've got a plate. And then your master link. And those little grooves in there is where that pin sits. Keeps everything nice and locked down. So the next step, you got to feed it through there. And then I am wrapping this side around here, and then the chain needs to go through the chain guard here. Perfect. Alright, now as you can see, we have a lot of extra links here. And that is on purpose, because we got this handy dandy chain breaker tool. So we're gonna find how long we need it to be, and then we're just going to remove the links that we need to remove. So as you can see, I got it relatively tight here. So I'm gonna remove this link right here. Wish I could mark it somehow. Previously, and a note of warning, I did this is like 3 or 4 days later. I did that to my finger, trying to take the master link out with the screwdriver. Freaking gouged my finger out with it. But that aside, we're breaking this chain. The previous chain breaker stripped itself out. Fantastic. So I had to wait for a new one to come in the mail. So pretty much you just have to adjust this part here by twisting it to clamp the chain down, and then you adjust this to push a pin to push these pins out. So I got this one most of the way through. Way easier than it was previously, which is what I was expecting out of the process. I actually got a tripod so you guys can get these shots. Yeah, this is the frame. Keep on twisting and twisting. Ooh, it came out. Look at this. There's one of the pins right there. Hey, there we go. Second one's out. Dang it. Now this is tight. Alright, I got it. Sweet, that is a section of chain gone. Hopefully you can see that. Section of chain gone. We got 2 pins, 2 plates out of there. So now we get to connect this with the master link. Boom. Easy money. This is a little dirty because it's been a couple days, so I'm just gonna get the debris out of it. Look at that, dude. Definitely needs some tension. But I've got like no space. Okay. So we're gonna we got everything down. We got that master link on. There is a little too much slack, but we don't have enough space here, and we don't have any tensioning room here, or really this way. So we're going to tighten the axle down while pulling this back as far as we can so we can get as much tension on there. Not an ideal situation, but again, I already bought this wheel. It's a 12 millimeter, and I do not want to have to upgrade this and buy another caliper and another wheel to do this. So this is just what we're gonna have to do probably for the season. Then maybe next year I'll upgrade this whole setup to the 15 millimeter instead of the 12 millimeter size. But I'm gonna get this tightened down and tensioned down real quick, and then finally we're gonna move on to the front side. All right, boys, we got that back wheel on. Tension is actually not that bad. She does spin. I originally tightened it down a little bit too much and it didn't spin quite as freely, so I loosened it up a bit. So it's going all right. Next up is this front wheel. I'm not too sure about the spacer situation, but I imagine I can pretty much, between these two, I can get it just about right and it'll fit on good enough for me to ride this beautiful girl today. So I'm gonna set up the front wheel to get in there right now. All right, that doesn't look like a bad angle. So I got my axle here, got my grease as she goes. Gonna get her greased up. Doesn't take a whole lot. Wheel into place. My quartz is in place now. And now this is going to be a little bit tricky because with the new wheels, it's a little bit too high for the sand that I have it on. So this is going to be quite fun. God damn it. Side. Yeah, so I kind of gotta like lift it into place. Alright, I transferred her over to a taller stand. Now we just need to get this axle in here. Spacer. Inches on the wheel. Spacer on the other side. Hell yeah. Nice.
You got that, yeah, you got stuff on your pants.
Yeah, I did. Cool. The only issue is this axle is too long. So I gotta use the old axle. So I'm gonna swap the axles real quick. Yay. Look at how tall she is. Feels like a big boy back there. Is it gonna ride okay? And is this rear brake gonna work? Those are the questions.